Here's Rodders!
Alright legends, welcome back to Here's Rodders Reviews. I'm your host, Rodney Stewart. Right, I just checked out the new series of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe for 2021, and wasn't sure what to expect into this one. It's one of these things where, you know, whenever something new comes from your childhood, it's, you know, you tend to get very possessive of the original stuff, or at least most people do. And at one point I would have been like that as well, but you know, I tend to think these days, doesn't matter what it is, you know, we're in a time now where it's just all the good ideas have been used up. Might as well just say it. You know, that's just the fact of the matter. It's like we're everywhere, whether it be animation, live action, you name it, even online content at the minute, you know, things that are reaching into the past. Like, everybody's reaching into the past to you know, revive older shows, and you know, Mattel is doing exactly the same thing with He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And I was a huge fan of the original He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, as you know, if you've been watching this channel. And I have got to the point now where it's just like, it is what it is. You know, you can bring out every new show you want. You can get offended at it if you want. It's, you know, you do you. It's your priority if you want to get upset about it. But I'm not in that boat whatsoever. It's all entertainment. It's all good at the end of the day. It's not gonna, you know, you can bring out as many new versions of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe as you want, but the original from the 80s, it's always going to be here on DVD for me to check out. And I think a lot of people forget that. Like, just because something is rebooted and updated, it's not destroying the original. The original's still there. You know, I just look at everything that way now as well. Star Wars included, the whole works. You know, whether you think Disney have done a good job with it or completely screwed it up, the original trilogy is going to be there. And don't forget the prequel trilogy. Everybody detested that too at the beginning, and now they're all putting it pretty much into the same boat as the original trilogy because of what Disney is doing. It's just, it is what it is. It's the planet, and it's just modern social media. It's as simple as that. To go off on a slight little tangent right here, I was at a YouTube event a few years back, and a guy was on the panel, and he got up, said his piece, and it was good, very informative and everything. But when the event was finished, and even during the little break during the day, we were having a conversation between ourselves and whatnot, and I actually heard him in an hour conversation off to the side, like an unofficial piece of advice to a guy that he didn't want to give out in the actual official panel. And you know, whenever I say YouTube Day, it's Northern Ireland, you know, it's just the Irish YouTubers, you know, it's not a huge community, but it is what it is. The guy was doing well for his size in the country, and he gave some good advice in the panel, but when he wasn't officially in front of a crowd, I did hear him saying to a guy that, you know, whenever my channel starts to slow down, I do something that I know is gonna piss off everyone. That's the whole shock culture thing that you see it all the time online with celebrities doing something stupid. It's all planned. It really is. It's all planned. It's all, everything is down to the negative now. If you want a positive channel doing positive stuff, you're going to struggle the whole time. But if you want a channel that's going to grow quickly overnight, maybe not overnight, but if you want a channel that's going to grow quicker, it's almost a good idea to be as offensive as possible and controversial as possible. And that, unfortunately, is going to be the downfall of nearly every YouTuber at the moment, because YouTube is really slamming down on that at the minute. But that's a huge tangent. It's got nothing to do with He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. But I get into this morning. I literally just watched the first 2 episodes of this series, and you know what? It's not what I was expecting. It's not what I was hoping for, and it is definitely aimed towards the younger kids. This is unapologetically a kids show aimed at very young viewers, and it is what it is. Now, it's not, of course, the core elements of He-Man, the Masters of the Universe are there, but I do believe that it is pawned from not just the original, but it's also going from the, and I haven't checked out the 2002 version of He-Man, the Masters of the Universe, but I know Skeletor had more of a backstory in that one, and it seems to be similar in this one. And so there was the New Adventures of He-Man as well. At one point, I didn't get to see that show either, but once I get through the originals and talk about this one for a bit, probably we'll get into it. But it is what it is. I'm not the target audience for this series. It's as simple as that. Of course, I was a kid, grew up with the original, as I say. Masters of the Universe Revelation, the Kevin Smith version, I absolutely love that one because it is, in my opinion, definitely a good spiritual sequel to the original series. And it's definitely, if you were going to continue from what was happening in the original series, Revelation is definitely the way to go with it. And we've still got the half of the series to come yet for that. I'm looking forward to that. But that was aimed towards the people that actually grew up with the original. And I'm enjoying it. Really liking it. It's taking a lot of abuse online. But again, it is what it is. If you want something popular, you go with the negative these days. It's unfortunately just where we're at when it comes to content creation on YouTube, especially. Some of the bigger channels that you're seeing at the moment reviewing stuff is, people are just not liking stuff, and I don't think, I genuinely, hand on heart, feel that a lot of these guys that are making review videos these days and going to town and stuff, I don't believe that's genuinely what they actually think about the thing. I think it's just, if I be hardcore on this here and really hit on it, my views are going to be higher. And it's true. It's like, that's, you see it. You see it all the time. Gosh, I don't know why I'm going off on such a tangent on this here, but I know where this stuff's going to go. It's a vicious cycle of reboots and people hating on it. And, I don't know what's the long-term effect going to be in this sort of stuff, because, I could get into, I really should do it in a video on its own, or an episode on its own, because it's a deep subject, and the long term effects of what's happening with reviews and whatnot, and companies actually starting to listen to these reviews. And as I say, I genuinely believe that a lot of the people that are really slamming down a lot of stuff and saying that it's rubbish aren't saying it because they genuinely think that. They're only saying it because they know it's going to be a popular opinion online. Like, people will go for the negative title of a video first before they go for a positive one. That's just the truth of the matter. It's just where we're at. But as far as 2021's version of He-Man, the Masters of the Universe goes, I'm actually having a good time with it. The first 2 episodes, as I say, not aimed towards me, definitely towards younger children, but it's a new take on He-Man. It's a bit of a new origin story to the one that I'm used to. But again, as I say, there's been a couple of variations of the show over the years, and it's definitely pulling from, it's definitely got its foundation and more than the one classic or older series. And I'm looking forward to checking out the rest of it. Like, I literally just stopped watching it here between the episodes 2 and 3 to record this quick podcast. So it is what it is, guys. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. For me, not being part of the demographic or the target audience for it, I'm actually enjoying it. I have to say, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. But if you don't like it and it's not your cup of tea, that's all fine and well too. As I did say at the start, the classic shows on your DVD collection are always going to be there if you want to go and check them out. Things have to move on. Can't stay the same forever. And in saying that, even if this show comes out and it bombs bad with the classic people, look on the bright side, guys. We have had our time in the sun with the original He-Man, the Masters of the Universe, and the, other shows. And as I've said before, countless times online, this could be the entry for a new generation to go back and check out the older stuff that we grew up with. That's the key. That's the thing everybody keeps forgetting right here. It's, people's going to watch these series and this is pretty damn good. I'm really enjoying this. I wonder what the original was like. So they go and check that out and they're like, holy crap, my parents were right, this is actually a hell of a lot better. And, it's all good, guys. So definitely check it out. Give it a chance. The trailer for it, whenever I first seen it, almost was going to skip the show, but I was sitting this morning, nothing to do, and I thought, I'll give it a go. But I'm actually having a pretty good time with it, so I'll definitely check out the rest of the series, and perhaps we'll break it down on the show here at some point. And we're going to get into doing some more of the classic reviews ASAP. Guys, I'll talk to you in the next one. Guys, thank you so much for checking out the video. Please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you do, don't forget to turn on that bell icon to be notified of future uploads. And please check out some of the other videos on this channel while you're here.